Yeah, it's the climb. Just know that the world really revolves around this popular person because the world revolves around the collective. And this popular person is the collective symbolically. Okay, in energy. You are one in the collective or you are all in the collective because one is all. Okay, so this popular person we're talking about could be the entire collective I'm speaking on. But it's really based on what resonates with you, okay? And we're back, the TAKful Creator here. Let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, mercy, grace, and triumph watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe, 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 ashe. Okay, so a card fell. We have, so a popular person here is at risk. So if you are chosen, you are also probably a popular person because if you're chosen, your frequency is pretty high, which means that your aura, the color of your aura is vibrant or warm or welcoming. So that's a great thing for you. But just know that some people are not really taking a liking to this blood magic. And I'm wondering why we have this green that was just so eerily. We're supposed to be in rainbow vibes. Wow, you saw that? It was just green with envy. Okay, so also note like the coloring of the letters here is green. So the lamp, the green matching with the green, there's envy here attached to this popular person. Okay, and this envy I don't think is proving very positive. Is proving a bit negative in energy, at least for those that have this envy. Okay, because they're instituting some kind of blood magic. There was a reading that I'm going to post very soon. I'll add it to the end of this that speaks on like really ruthless people wanting to like have you fail at all costs. So I designated this reading to kind of speak on what energies are instituting this blood magic. Okay, so we're in our descriptive cards right now, so we're getting to know the physical characteristics, the non-physical characteristics, the personality traits, and so on of either this popular person or the energies here that's pushing this blood magic. Okay. Oh, I want to appreciate you for offering me your energetic support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. I also appreciate your comments for those that are commenting. There's this one guy who just is like a super commenter. He doesn't really matter what he's saying. It's just the fact that he is showing that support. So I appreciate you. Let's jump back into this reading. Okay, so let's bring out the pendulum. Oh, pendulum. Yes, we have some rose quartz today, and the bit of evil eye protection, so that we are not casting any evil while tapping into this energy and attempting to transmute it for this popular person. Okay, so hi Divine. Can you show me no? Thank you. Can you show me yes? That we're on the right track? Oh, okay, that we may need to double back and to be back on that right track. Okay, show us that we're on the right track. Show us that we're on the right track. Yeah, they're telling me to switch up, I'm working on it. Anyway, remember, when you speak in doubles, it's a spiritual confirmation. Okay, so this popular person, are they Latino or Latina? No. Okay, this popular person is more like, because the rose quartz hit this card over here, this popular person is more like a firefly, right? They are often that lightning bug that is the light to shine in the darkness, right? And also the hunter-gatherer during the day. Okay, fireflies are one of the few bugs that can be beneficial both in light and darkness. Okay, it shows the yin and yang of the universe in a sense, but all in one bug. Okay, so I'm guessing the person that's instituting this blood magic, they're Latina or Latino. Okay, so who has medium length hair? Is it the popular person? Yes. Okay, so medium longish hair, which signifies their personal power. Now, their personal power can be in the 3D, in the matrix here, or it can be in the 5D, right? Well, with the hair, we're signifying that it is in the 5D. That is where this popular person's power is. Okay, so then next we have some kind of German, Polish, or Russian descent. I'm guessing like maybe there's an attachment here. If we're not talking about the actual culture, it's an attachment to the culture. I'm speaking on maybe like a name or favorite food, hobbies, something like that, to describe the characteristics. Like, even though this person is Latina or Latino, they are a bit culturally mixed match. Okay, and because of this, they kind of have straight hair or a haircut or fade. Okay, so what does it mean here when we're talking about straight hair? It means that from start to finish, there is no deviation, right? There's no bounce, there's no curvature, there's no detour. It's kind of what you see is what you get. And I'm not saying that it's unappealing, right? But when we're talking about power, right, having straight hair or straight cut hair can be very similar to the styles that the Nazis wore, right? So think of really large hate groups and how they style their hair. Okay, it's cut a certain way. It's usually the hair is straight, or it's fine based on the products and stuff that you put in it, and it's universal. Okay, so if people are in that baldy phase, right? So let's say the KKK, at one point in time, they didn't have hair. Like, the group shaved their head bald. Like, that was a part of their colloquialism, right? To show that they were in connection. Well, in the same breath, so is having everyone cut their hair a certain way to match, right? And that's kind of how the Nazis were. So in this, and we're talking about German, Polish, Irish, Russian. We're speaking on all of these Caucasian-like cultures that separated based on very small, minute details, right? Very small differences in aesthetic. So like behind, let's say, blonde hair, the person hasn't changed much, right? The person is basically the same. They grew up in the same environment. Things are very much similar outside of a few differences, but it's the lack of acceptance of those differences that cause such massive issues. Okay, so I'm getting here that there is a group of people, right, that may have this cultural backing, but like all of these groups, these hate groups, they are mirroring their aesthetic off of each other. Okay, so they're all looking the same, they're all dressing the same, speaking the same. You're seeing an energetic connection between certain energies that are around you. Okay, I know personally that there was this one lady that really rubbed me the wrong way, and the divine handled her, but she always talked about her haircut. And then I noticed when other people would rub me the same way, in the most wrong way possible, they had that same haircut, or they were about to cut their hair like that. So it told me that there's an energy that's around them that can control them, that can manipulate them, because their frequency is low and they don't care to offer self-care or self-protection to not be manipulated in that way, right? So now when I'm around these people, I already know there's a negative entity that's attached to them. So I can't be authentic fully, or I can't offer myself fully to them or with them because of this entity being present. I'm not speaking to my cousin, my auntie, my grandmother. I'm speaking to the energy that enjoys manipulation, that enjoys speaking down to people, that enjoys kind of being like gossipy in a way that doesn't offer lessons. It's just gossipy in a way to tear down a spirit. You get what I'm saying? It's like, if you're going to talk negatively about someone, at least let us learn from it. Let's figure out how we can protect ourselves from showing up like that person. But unfortunately, the energy that's associated with this blood magic, they don't think like that. They come from a very vengeful like environment where they feel like their own personal scorn gives them the ability to treat anyone however they want to treat them. Okay, so their previous experiences is what's playing out presently in their lives. Okay, so now we have this other energy that I'm guessing may have facial hair, may offer more of an Indian or Bengali appearance, or cultural backing, like interest alone. I'm gauging more on this popular person side. So I am not trying to be that person, and with trying you fail. Like, trying is failing, trying is not succeeding. I'm going to note the biggest difference between Latinos and Indian people, right? Because the Latinos we have in the upright here, whereas this Indian people with the facial hair and stuff like that is gauging more of the culture that's associated. Not every Indian person, but the Indian people who honor Allah, right? Who honor their culture, who honor different aspects of their upbringing. There's a certain level of respect there. There's a certain level of decorum, like how you're supposed to move in the world, right? And don't get me wrong, it's not with a smile on your face. Like it's very stern, and it's very purposeful, right? It's like, you're not going to mess with me, but at the same time, I'm not here to take advantage of you. But here we get more of a more whimsical kind of feel. It's like they wear their scorn and torment and everything on their sleeves, right? It's kind of like everything's like a joke, because their whole lives are bitter, right? And that's because they don't really have very much of a religious or spiritual connection. A lot of the religion that is attached to these specific groups is Catholicism, and that is rooted in slavery, like Christianity and other derivatives from Christianity. Okay, so it's like, where is your moral compass? What is the foundation of the oldest member in your family that was attached to spirituality? Well, for these energies, the culture is rooted in nature. So at any given stance, the people that are around this energy have grown up with showing gratitude and appreciation for the minor things like nature, minor things like life, like very simplistic things, because that's a part of praying. That's a part of, offering yourself to, the divine, or to, a higher entity, right? Which is embedded in their culture, opposed to this culture that doesn't have that embedded feel, right? A lot of the time it's like, oh, you'll pray for someone else without showing or doing any physical action of assisting them. Okay, so it's like, I don't want to say selfish, but it's like, this is a group of selfish people. It's mainly a group of selfish people who feel like if they don't get their wants satisfied, it is the responsibility of everyone else around them to offer them that. So one example could be this blood magic here, right? It's like they don't feel like they're getting the necessary attention, or I don't get resources, recompense, whatever, from life. And so what they're doing is they're drawing on negative energies to kind of assist them in getting whatever their wants are, satisfying their wants. But the issue is, with religion, you have to offer positive energy in order for you to receive positive energy back. The main concept of the culture here is reincarnation, that everything that you do here is under strict scrutiny, and you may have to come back and do this again in a better way, in a worse way, so that you can learn the lessons that you didn't learn. Okay, so it's not just one life. Like, there's so much more. There's no YOLO effect here. This is an internal journey. So how are you moving in this internal journey? Whereas this culture over here feels like, no, it's YOLO. We only have one life to live. We gonna die, and then that's it. So we need to do whatever we want to do in this lifetime. Live however we want to live, because it's all about simple gratifications. It's all about the simplicity of how we can make life, instead of the simplicity of how life was designed for us. It's a very different fundamental concept between these two cultures. Okay? And personally, and I'm definitely going to say this, with one culture, it's meant to be respected more, even though both cultures have an issue with tolerance, right? They have an issue with accepting and tolerating people outside of the culture. Okay, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of ills within anything. I'm speaking about those that are tethered to spirituality. Okay, there's so many karmics in the world. Yeah, we know. That's why there's the 144,000. But here we're speaking on the 10% in each of the cultures, and we put them up against each other spiritually. How are they going to show up? Well, the 10% here is going to be trash. Is literally going to be trash, and you guys can offer whatever scrutiny. It doesn't really matter to me personally, because these are divine messages, right? As a people, there needs to be a formal connection with spirituality that's outside of what could look like voodoo. Okay, what could look like demonization. Okay, whereas over here it's really about connection, honoring, togetherness. Okay, so then we have this socially appropriate, good and public card. We have the slim and skinny card, colorful hair, or enjoys coloring their hair. Okay, sometimes, you know, it's all about like how you style your hair, so you don't have to like dye your whole hair a color. Like you could just put a little stripe, okay, or something like that. Multicolor hair, face tattoos. And what I'm getting by face tattoos, I don't really have like a dimple card, like deep dimples, or like crow's feet, or like what is it, like bags under your eyes and stuff. I don't really have cards for that specifically. I constitute that under face tattoos, okay, because it tells more about your essence than anything, right? Because it can be reversed like most tattoos. Okay, and then we have modest and pure. So while I'm gauging, this is about the popular energy. Okay, we're seeing that not only on the external, because popularity is external. Not only on the external is this energy alluring, magnetic and attractive. We're seeing more so engage, like that is the top card that's here, right? We're gauging more so that their inside, like their inner world, is contingent with that. Okay, so they're modest, they're not too promiscuous, they're authentic, like their face shows what they're going through. Their face shows like what am I getting, like if someone has an attitude, their face, you know, shows it. Even though their voice is kind of like respectful and kind, their face shows their attitude. That's what I'm gauging by this popular person. So at every given point, you see the honesty, you see the genuinity and authenticity of this individual. And that's probably why they're so popular, because people can more easily trust them because of the ability to offer vulnerability in this way. Okay, they have colorful hair, which means they are emotionally regulating. So they're able to tap into the color symbolisms and let it move through their personality in a way that attracts others, like a social butterfly, which is beautiful. And they're slim, which means that they don't hold on to or harbor a lot of negativity or toxicity. Okay, they might have a straight back, which means they don't have much booty, and that could be where the promiscuity, you know, is not a factor here, because they don't have much physical body. They're not, you know, craving that kind of lustful or physical attention. Okay, we see here that there's some kind of 3D praising, people pleasing, that is an X, right? That's not happening, and it's sitting on this side of the board. So I'm gauging maybe that's what the issue is between these two energies. The energy that wants this blood magic to attack this popular person, and then this popular person. Okay, so with most popular people, like, you're not out here people pleasing. That takes too much energy. However, because you're so popular, because your frequency is so high, because your aura is so alluring and magnetic and attractive, it makes people want to gravitate around you. Now, if these people are gravitating around you, and the only way they know how to be with people is for others to people please them, right? To make them feel good about little things, to make them feel good about bad behavior, to make them, look better than what they are, or, make them seem better than how they're acting, right? That's the only people they know how to be around. But you're not that kind of person. You're authentic. So what do? You kind of remove your light from this energy who wants all this people pleasing, because that's not how you're going to show up. You have ascended past that. Okay? And I feel like now, think before you act. Most likely what this Latino energy wasn't doing, they were acting more repulsive than anything, not thinking before they act, not moving in a high vibrational Aquarius energy, but more so in a low vibrational one, which is kind of catty, really argumentative, and fixed in a way that doesn't offer personal help, right? You're fixed in a way that can also hurt you, and you're like okay with it. That's kind of what I'm getting by negative Aquarius vibes, okay? But where this popular person constantly thinks before they see, and this negative Aquarius vibe, makes its appearance again, right? Space cleanse. So maybe this Aquarius needs to clean their space. Maybe they want their space clear from certain energies, or whatever the case is. All we know is that every party here must think before they act. And the only energy that's actually doing that is this popular person. All their steps are orchestrated or ordered for them because of their connection with the divine. This horse comes back out with this girl boss, saved from instant death, which is great because of an aborted mission type of thing. Okay, there's going to be a celebration that's on with the water birth and concessions. Okay, so what am I gauging by this? Okay, so I'm getting water birth and home, so that can mean someone's getting a new home, and there might be a celebration offering like a welcoming thing to your house, like when a housewarming. There you go. So I'm thinking, the popular person might be having a housewarming soon, or might be physically giving birth soon, and there'll be a celebration to maybe know the sex of the baby. That's where the concessions can come into play. Or something has been being generated. They're not powerful enough to push this blood magic. They're only powerful enough to call on someone else to do it, and kind of tap into their power. But the issue is they have so much physical karma, so much personal karma, that it's only going to return to them, right? This popular person that may seem popular, because I'm not gauging like these energies even know each other. They're almost like polar opposites. So in order for you to be around someone, you have to kind of be in frequency with them. So either you need to learn from them, grow from them, or practice discernment and see what energies you no longer want to align with, and kind of refocus yourself. So I'm gauging, like, in order for these energies to even be near each other, one energy has to look at the other one and learn, or you wouldn't be able to sit in this area without upset, without chaos, without destruction, without something causing you to go somewhere else. The only way that you can be here is if you are called to learn, and something within you says this is the time to learn. Well, the divine is pushing this occurrence, because this energy over here doesn't seem like they ever want to learn. Like, they can be whatever age and they feel like learning was for school. Like, now they just spend every day letting their mind turn into gumbo, and because of that, the energies around them just seem extra stupid, excuse me, but like their brains seem like extra gumbo. But why? Because you are what you attract. If you're constantly attracting simple-minded people and you're not teaching them to be better, then you must be just as simple as them. Okay, it doesn't matter about age. It really doesn't. I literally, the past 2 days alone, had an experience with someone that was this energy, right? Near 50, and can't put 2 and 2 together. I don't care how many languages you speak. If you don't know how to add 2 and 2, it does not matter. You just can talk a lot of trash in 4 to 5 different languages. That's it. And most of the time, the languages that they know are languages that sound like each other. They're very similar. So what are they saying to you? Well, I can only learn something that is most similar to me. If it's different than me, I can't learn it. It's too hard, or it's too difficult, or it's not meant for me. When there's geniuses that are able to learn literally everything, there's no excuse, there's no limitation. So why would you allow yourself to accept limitation like that? People are like, oh, if someone speaks 2 languages, you need to give them a compliment. Okay, so while you were busy learning your 2 languages, I was learning engineering. Okay. Are your 2 languages helping you every day? Yes, they're helping you function. That's great. I had to function without learning 2 languages and then still be able to have additional skill sets, additional values that I have to bring. It's not only, me being able to communicate. It's so funny because I communicated very often with people who didn't speak a lick of English at all. Like, they could not speak English. What could they speak? Leadership. So they needed someone that was able to show them physically, direct, like literally put it in front of them in a simple way so that they can teach themselves. Now, when I'm that type of person that you don't have to understand what I'm saying for me to be able to teach you core values that you're going to be able to use until your dying days, you're going to be able to live with this stuff. It's like, what does you knowing a second language really mean? What does it matter? Are you going to teach me the second language? No. Can you teach me the second language? No. So what does you knowing 2 languages do? It doesn't put you above anyone. It's what you do with your skill sets. I can have 20 million skill sets and never teach anyone, never offer the information to anyone, never let anyone see my skill sets. Who am I helping? No one. It means I don't have any skill sets that are worth value. You get what I'm saying? I would have to refocus myself and apply skill sets that are worth value. Okay? I see a lot of people who, it's Aquarius energy. I'm actually who is learning life lessons. I'm actually really getting sick of this Aquarius energy. This energy must be like an Aquarius Leo. Like something in them is like super, maybe their mood and emotions, their rising, the Mercury, the way of thinking, how they process information has to be Leo. It has to be like bold and lacking fundamentals. It's just, someone needs grounding, or someone has an issue with brown people and they have to learn a lesson with brown people. Because I know with that lady specifically, she need to learn a lesson with brown people. You can move to an area that have people that look just like you, and you still move to an area that has brown people. Who's stupid? It's you. It's not nobody else. It's you. Okay, so now this Phoenix rising, which I'm getting more of this popular person vibe, right, is understanding the life lessons that are associated with the lower vibrational energies that are tasked to be around them for their personal growth. Okay, so let's say you're a social butterfly, but you only know how to speak to people who are kind to you. Well, then you're not that social of a butterfly. You get what I'm saying? Because butterflies can seem beautiful to even the most dangerous or ugly creatures. Okay, so that's kind of what most popular people have to live through. They have to be able to speak tactfully with people that are positive, and then speak tactfully with people who are less positive. That's how they maintain popularity. And the irony of it is that because they're so good at mixing with energies, right, the people who are cool, the people who are not cool, like, it makes this energy look stupid. Because it's like, oh, well, if this popular person basically can be cool with everybody except you must be the problem. So now where this energy felt like, they wanted something that was deserving of them and they didn't get it, so now it's time for them to go and take it. They're seeing more now that they were the problem the entire time. They're acting more like a guest or a child, right? And what I mean a guest is someone who doesn't really know the rules. So they're kind of tiptoeing around. Like, they might make a mistake because they don't really know what they're supposed to do. They're looking for correction, right? And then children oftentimes are mentally not mature enough to know all the rules and conduct in certain environments, right? So this energy is more like a grown child. a guest here who don't know what they're really supposed to do, so they're just out here showing their tail. And because of that, it's going to be a really bad outcome for them. Like, super bad outcome. Because they chose not to think before they acted, like this popular person did over here. So some kind of police or something might be involved, and that's just because, you know, universally, we can see that this popular person offers pure happiness to most, if not all, the energies that they're around. But unfortunately, this other energy does not do that. So on top of the experience that they're dealing with, you know, putting the blame, confirmation, putting the blame on this blood magic energy over here, you also can tell, like, before this situation even happened, this person wasn't a good person. Like, they didn't do amazing things. Like, they weren't, like, fun to be around. Like, no one really smiled in their company. It's like, if you said their name out loud, would someone even recognize them in a positive way? It's like, no, the pure happiness is attached to this popular person. It's not attached to this other energy. So it's like, you know, the police they're gonna move with the evidence that's in front of them. They're not gonna go with, oh, you know, they're just picking on you. No, that's not. They're gonna go with the evidence that's pushing for the credibility of this popular person. Okay, and at the end of the day, this popular person is going to be in a celebration. They're going to be mad happy because this Latino or Latina energy that's pushing all this blood magic is backing out, because they realize that while they're on the ground, there's giraffes that actually, like, are above them. Like, what is it? It's like giraffes are so cool because they have like a bird's eye view without the wings to fly. So it's another balance card, like this firefly, where they're able to be in light and darkness. Same thing with the giraffes. It's like they're able to be up with the birds, but then still down with the mammals, right? Or the land animals, right? The four-legged creatures. So while this energy over here pushing the blood magic is just four-legged creatures, this giraffe over here, or these giraffe-like energies are like, so we can see kind of the bigger picture because we have more skills, we have more abilities here, and we're using our abilities to assist us. Okay, so not only do they have the 3D, which is the four-legged, right? The four-legged work, that's 3D help. They also have that spiritual help, which would be more like the birds flying in the sky, right? So, I mean, at this point, you should have backed out a while ago, because you were doing this with someone, a popular person who's actually the GOAT. And regardless, you have the intention, you put in your mind a negative thought in regards to this popular person, the 5D is already shitting on you, bro. Like, it's down to a thought. Like, hawk's eye view, this energy is always being watched, always being protected. If you feel like you want to act froggy, please leave. Please leave. The divine is like, don't think before you act. We'll leave that over here. You know, you just think that whatever you're doing is the best thing. You kind of move in this Virgo perfectionist light, right? That you have a reason, a rhyme or reason for everything that you do. Go ahead. So that this popular person's guides, ancestors, the divine, you know, it doesn't even have to be this person. It could be people around this person will put this other energy in check. Okay? That's what happens when you're chosen. You can sit back and twiddle your thumbs and everything, you know, work out for your greatest good, your overall happiness. And don't worry, if you're this popular person, you can sit with your inner peace. Okay? There's Peter Griffin that needs to fry a noodle, that needs to take a nap because there's about to be a huge turnaround. This turquoise energy of kind of needing healing, or needing to heal something, may require some physical work, right? At least on this Latino's part. So beware of candle magic, because for this popular person, whatever's conjured up will be returned to sender in the most disgusting way possible. And I'm also sensing that, you know, this popular person, because it's all about life lessons, they have to have some kind of view. That's why we're also getting the giraffe vibe here. They have to be able to see what's going on. Like with any experience, there's progression. Okay, so the life lessons of this popular person, it's not because they're putting themselves in the worst situations and having to have a come up. No, the popular person is learning from energies like this that want to push negativity, push magic in terrible forms, very selfish like and parasitical. and then seeing how the karma is thrown back at these individuals, okay? So that they can show other people, tell other people, involve the collective with being like a phoenix rising and ascending past these low vibrational energies. Okay, don't get me wrong, the popular person probably feels it, because in order for you to have full awareness, you have to use your senses in order to form that awareness. Okay, so you see stuff with your eyes, that's how you form awareness. You feel it with your hand, that's how you form awareness. You smell it, you taste it. This is all ways of forming awareness, your five senses. Now then you also have your sixth sense, which is your intuition. That is your chakras, your guiding lights, right? That is not as physical, right? But what happens? That sixth sense uses one of the other five senses for you to make physical the information that you're receiving, okay? So, yeah, it's the climb. Just know that the world really revolves around this popular person, because the world revolves around the collective. And this popular person is the collective symbolically, okay, in energy. You are one in the collective, or you are all in the collective, because one is all. Okay, so this popular person we're talking about could be the entire collective I'm speaking on, but it's really based on what resonates with you. Okay, so again, I appreciate your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and I like the energy that we're in. Even though this is negative, it's in a way that is fundamental, right? We need to know what this negativity is to appreciate the positive, okay? So I appreciate those who are allowing me to tap into their energies, and I'll see you soon.